In today's video, I'm sharing the ultimate one-bag travel packing list. This was actually a request from a viewer on the channel. Huge thanks to you for the great idea. They wanted to see what I would pack for long-term, kind of extended, potentially indefinite travel, and that is what we're going to be doing today. Before we get into what I'm actually packing though, I want to show you what I'll be wearing and carrying on my person, because if you're a one-bag traveler, that is just as, if not more, important. So let's start with that. Starting with the clothes that'll be on my back, the pants that I'll be wearing for the plane, as well as my main everyday pants when I'm traveling, are the Duer No Sweat pants. They're a blend of cotton and tencel, which has worked out really well. I was a little hesitant hearing about the cotton content in these. I generally try and avoid cotton whenever I can, especially for wilderness backpacking, but for regular travel as well, because cotton is comfortable but comes with some caveats and problems a lot of times. But the blend with tencel really solves most of the problems that cotton may cause down the road. It's made from eucalyptus, super soft. It's also bacteria regulating and smell regulating, but it is also moisture and temperature regulating. The only downside I really have with these is that there's no DWR coating, but that is something I could apply myself if I really wanted to. Otherwise, these have been amazing, and I'll definitely continue to wear them as my everyday pants around town, but will be my go-to pants for all things travel as well. For socks and underwear, I have the Ultralight Air socks and boxer briefs from Woolly. I've been using these for a couple of months now. They are incredibly comfortable. Merino wool is a great fabric for travel. Again, bacteria regulating, moisture regulating, super comfortable as well. Durable. You don't need to wash them as frequently as normal cotton underwear and socks. Just really excellent. Can't recommend those enough. And then for a t-shirt, I have the Everyday Tee from Woolly as well. I've been testing out quite a few of their items and have been really happy with them. And last but not least, just a nice light layer to put over the t-shirt in case the plane's cold, or if I want to ball this up for a pillow on the plane or something. This is the compact travel hoodie from Unbound Merino. Full merino hoodie. This thing is really thin and light, but also really warm and comfortable. And this is another item I've been wearing around town non-stop since I got it. Extremely comfortable, extremely lightweight, packs down really small. Perfect companion piece for kind of a light jacket mentality when you're traveling. Lastly, for a hat, I have the Arc'teryx Alaho cap. This is just a really lightweight 5-panel cap from Arc'teryx. I thought about bringing this hat if I were going on an indefinite travel situation, but this one is just a little bit lighter, packs down a little bit smaller if I'm not wearing it, and is just a better option for travel in my opinion compared to this kind of stiffer, almost snapback style 5-panel hat that I have here. For water, I have the Lark Bottle Movement. This is a 32-ounce water bottle that purifies through UVC technology in the cap. So it's a self-cleaning water bottle, so it doesn't really require a lot of maintenance. Really great for travel, but also if you're traveling anywhere with questionable water sources, it's excellent to be able to know that your water is going to be safe to drink. So this is a great thing to have, and even aside from all the UVC cleaning tech, it is just a really stylish, nice, lightweight water bottle. Really have enjoyed having this the past couple of years. And then the sling bag I'm going to be bringing for the plane is the Packed Anywhere 5-liter sling. This thing's excellent. I've used it as a daily sling in the past. I'm not currently, but I really like this one for travel compared to a lot of other options because the actual sling strap can tuck into itself, so it just makes it a little nicer and cleaner to use while you're on the plane. You can also kind of sling this over your bag or your other luggage if you want. In the sling bag, I've got a handful of things good for the actual plane ride itself, but also really good to have in the sling when you get to your destination. Just kind of my travel EDC setup here. Starting off, I have my AirPods Pro. These have really great noise canceling, perfect for plane travel, really small, compact, long battery life. Absolutely love these things. Got them last year, I believe, when they were really on sale and really discounted, and have been really loving them since. I have the Banks wireless MagSafe charger. It's 5,000 milliamps and just sticks to the back of your phone. Really nice and convenient, small and compact. I've actually been carrying this in my regular EDC lately too, and have been really enjoying it. From there, I've got a handkerchief. I've been trying out Mighty Hanks after a billion requests. I'll have some thoughts on the Mighty Hanks in my EDC update in a few weeks, but it has a normal handkerchief on one side and microfiber on the other side. From there, I have the ESR Halo Lock. This is a little MagSafe kickstand, so you can put that on the back of your phone if you're watching movies or TV shows on the plane. It also doubles as a charger if you want to charge through it as well through MagSafe. Really nice double use item. This is going to be my main charger for everything. I also always keep an AirTag in my sling bags, even around the city at home. Just great to be able to keep track of it if you lose it or leave it somewhere, or if it gets stolen. You can probably have a little bit better odds of keeping track of it and finding it if it gets lost with the AirTags. Just have a little lightning charger here just in case if I'm using this and want to charge while I'm on the plane. And then I have a little nano bag. You all recommended this to me a while back, so I picked one up. I've been really loving it after having it a few months, and definitely would be great for travel as well as just normal EDC stuff. Lastly, for the sling, I have my sunglasses. These are just the Ray-Ban Light Force Wayfarers, super lightweight, super comfortable. My last pair lasted about a decade until they broke from a drop, unfortunately, but picked these up last year to replace them. Hopefully I get another decade out of these at least. That's going to be it for what I'm wearing on the plane, as well as my little plane sling bag. Let's get into everything else. So the bag I chose for this indefinite long-term travel scenario was the Carry-On Pro from Carl Friedrik, and Carl Friedrik was also nice enough to sponsor this week's video, so huge thanks to them. I've had the Carry-On Pro now for several months and I've absolutely loved testing and trying it out. It's a fully hard-sided suitcase, which I think is really important for versatility if you're getting more traditional luggage as opposed to a backpack. Having that hard-sided gives the option of checking this if you need to, and you're not going to need to worry about having anything damaged. The build quality and construction of the Carry-On Pro is definitely the best I've seen from any traditional luggage, period, and they definitely stand behind their products as well, which is always great to see and kind of a must if you're investing in good luggage. They have a 100-day trial period, so you can always try it out, and if you don't like it, they'll happily take it back, and they have a lifetime warranty for their products. On top of the quality construction, it is just a beautiful and well thought out design. They have a few Italian leather accent options. I have the chocolate leather here, but they also have a black leather and a cognac leather that also look excellent. The big difference with the Carry-On Pro compared to the regular Carry-On, in addition to the main hard-sided compartment, you do also have a zip out spot for laptop and electronics and any other little things that you might want to put in here. So really great to have easy access for this when you're going through the airport. Definitely designed for frequent travelers. They use all YKK zippers, and then the wheels are probably my favorite feature of this thing. They are 360-degree spinner wheels from Hinomoto. That was something I wasn't familiar with previously, but seems to be kind of the gold standard for quality spinner wheels. They are silent and smooth, and it's just a pleasure to be able to use this. It's a 43-liter capacity and fits most carry-on regulations for the US as well as Europe. And if you use my code JOSHF15, you can get 15% off your order. If you want to pick one of these up, that'll be good for 1 month from when this video goes live. Huge thanks to Carl Friedrik for sponsoring this video and making such amazing luggage. Really quick before we get into my packed clothes, I realized I forgot to show you the shoes I'll be wearing. That is part of what I'm wearing. These are the On Cloud X shoes. I got these a few months ago. I've got about 300 miles on them. They have a really low drop. They're super lightweight, super comfortable. I've been able to walk miles and miles and miles in the city with these with no problems. I've been really happy with them. So getting into the clothes, and one quick thing to clarify, if it hasn't been obvious already, I'm not actually going on a multi-month trip, unfortunately. I just don't currently have the schedule or, to be honest, the budget for that, but it's something I will probably and hopefully be doing down the road when things open up for me a bit more. I've done that in the past with longer extended travel. My last long trip was about a month back in 2020, pre-COVID, right before COVID, actually, in January of that year. So this is more of a packing experiment thought process based on one of your requests and comments, and I love the idea. That's why I still wanted to do it, even though I'm not going on the trip. I got some feedback on some of my ultralight packing lists, and some people were complaining that I didn't pack enough for cooler or cold weather. So I kind of designed this around being able to handle anything, at or even a little bit below freezing pretty comfortably. Outside of what I was wearing, I'm packing 2 more t-shirts. These are both from Woolly. This is a combo like baseball raglan t-shirt. Been really happy with this. I love the look of these. You have seen me wear plenty of them over the years on the channel here. So I have one of those and then just kind of a heather gray fabric as well. Both been excellent. Been really happy with the woolly stuff so far after a few months of testing and trying. In addition to that, I have a long sleeve Henley. This is one from Unbound Merino. Same people that made that sweatshirt I just mentioned. So yeah, this is just a really simple long sleeve black Henley. Works pretty well even in warmer weather, which I like. The merino fabric does great in the heat and in the cold, so it's just really nice and versatile. Something that just looks a little more elevated than a basic t-shirt and is just a little more comfortable if a t-shirt's too cold but a proper jacket or hoodie is too warm. Lastly, for tops, I have my Outdoor Research Echo Sun hoodie. This is normally what I wear for wilderness backpacking, but I did want to pack and plan for some hiking. Even though this is an imaginary trip, I can't imagine myself going somewhere for multiple months and not doing some hiking in the area, especially if it's a place I haven't been. So I wanted to make sure and pack this and bring it. Really great for city use as well, but an essential item for any extended amount of time outdoors for my fair skin. For pants, I'm actually using those Duer no sweat pants every single day, no matter what. I really don't have issues with that. A lot of people think it seems absolutely crazy on here for some reason. I don't know how frequently you wash your pants, or maybe you're just, I don't know what the deal is, but I wear one pair of pants generally always, even at home, so that's what I do when I'm traveling as well. But for something to wear around for sleeping or lounging, as well as a potential backup pair of pants if I'm doing laundry or something like that, I have Unbound Merino. These are the Merino Tencel sweatpants, kind of similar to the Duer no sweatpants. These are Tencel blend, which I love Tencel fabric so much, but this is blended with merino instead of cotton, so arguably even better. But these are super comfy, packed down super small. They look nice enough to wear around town on their own, but are more than comfy enough to lounge, in an Airbnb or a hotel or something like that. For underwear, I have another pair of the woolly underwear, as well as some ex officio give and go boxer briefs. I wanted to pack one pair of synthetic just so I can have something that dries as quick as absolutely possible, but all of these are able to be reworn without having any issues, but especially the merino. But I just want to have a little bit of variety. This is usually what I use for hiking and backpacking. These have been a little bit better for like everyday wear. Two more pair of the woolly socks. I've been using these for about a month now and they've held up really well, so I'm excited to see kind of a longer term test of these. I'll be sure to update as I test all of this stuff for potentially months or years to come. Also packing just a couple of simple basic cotton handkerchiefs. They're more comfortable, they're better for the environment, but mostly they're just better than using regular tissues if you never have. And lastly, for that cold weather, I have my Filson ultralight hooded jacket. I talked about this in pretty big detail, so I won't get into it too much this time, but this thing is great, really compact, but also still really nice and durable. It's Primaloft insulation, so it's great even if it gets wet. It's DWR coated, so it's not a full rain jacket, but will keep you mostly dry in the rain. Excellent jacket, can't recommend this thing enough. And lastly, just because I said I am going to be doing some hiking, I have my Zero Terraflex 2s. These have been my main day hiking shoes since I got them a few months back. You can see they're definitely a little bit worse for the wear. Just to keep the dirt from the rest of my bag, I have this packed. I think this is a laundry or shoe bag, depending on how you use it. You can actually pack it into itself here. Really nice and convenient, but they just go right in here with room to spare. Even if you have giant feet like me, I wear size 13s. They take up so much space and luggage. That's why I don't usually like to pack extra pairs of shoes, but I've been more and more obsessed with hiking over the past few years, so I just really can't help myself. That's all the clothes though for the trip. Let's move on to some toiletries. My toiletries are going to be one of the biggest changes for this video compared to most of my regular packing lists. For short-term trips or anything up to or around a week, I tend to skip out on a lot of things that I normally use day to day. I think on those short-term trips, you just don't need a lot of that stuff. But if I'm going to be out for months and months and months, there are a few creature comforts in the toiletry department that I want to bring with me. So this is everything here. The Dopp Kit that I'm using, this is the Gravel Travel Explorer, the plus size. So a little bit bigger than the one I have shown before. And I will say last time I had some issues with the organization with how my ultralight all solids kit fit. But for this scenario, this thing, it was actually really, really nice and came in handy the way that it's organized. So would highly recommend if you're someone that still travels with liquids, this thing is great to check out. So because I'm traveling with liquids, you have to do the clear bag TSA rule. Gravel Travel makes a really nice regulation size clear bag with the zipper. It's a waterproof zipper, really nice. Just a great way to make sure that your liquids aren't exploding into the rest of your Dopp kit, but also this is really nice and easy to be able to pull out for TSA when you're in line, make things smooth and fast and efficient. You don't want to be holding up others, and you don't want to be taking any longer than you need to. But from there, I do have my couple of liquid bottles here. These again are from Gravel Travel. They designed and shaped these to kind of fit in tandem as a square, so really nice to be able to pack. But I just have some face moisturizer and sunblock. Also have my allergy Flonase spray. I've been really trying to take more allergy medicine lately to calm some of my horrible spring and summer allergies that I've been having lately. For my teeth, I have a little bamboo toothbrush from Gravel Travel. It's really nice. It has kind of a topo map on there, which looks cool. And then I have my 2-tab solid toothpaste tabs. I normally put these in a smaller container, but this holds 60, so a couple of months out on the road, this will cover me for everything I need. And if I'm in one spot for a really long time, I can always just order more from Amazon, have them shipped in. But I've liked these so far since I got them. They're just really nice. It's a great way to save some extra liquids and not have to worry about all of that stuff for travel, but they're really good for around the house as well. And on that note of solids, I have my Matador. This is the flat back soap bar case. Really nice, just like a little tiny dry bag to put your bar of soap so it doesn't get all scummy and nasty in a Ziploc bag, and it doesn't scum up your normal Dopp kit. I've been using the Beard brand utility bar for quite some time for travel, but a couple of months ago I actually switched to starting to use it every day, again to avoid some of those liquids. Just better for the environment, and I really enjoy these on the road anyway, so it's great to be able to use them at home. The Beard brand utility bars also will work on your hair and your face. I've done this successfully at home to test and try. You always want to test that stuff before you go on any sort of trip to make sure everything's working. I know not everyone is as diligent of a planner as me because I get to do this all the time for YouTube, but make sure to test this stuff before you take it out as your only option. But yeah, I've used this at home, on my face, on my hair, on my body. It works great on everything. A couple of other items specific for the long term. I have some tweezers. These are also from Beard brand, but I suppose any tweezers will do. Some nail clippers. People were blown away that I didn't pack these for short trips. I rarely use these, but for multiple months, I would definitely need them. So basic nail clippers. And then I am packing some beard oil as well. I normally forego this for a few days, but long term, you definitely want to keep the beard hydrated and soft and nice. This is the Temple Smoke, just like the utility bars that I've been using lately. Really love this scent. Beard brand has been great. I've been a paying customer in Fenn for 8+ years now. They recently reached out and offered to send me a few things, so some of these are new that I'm trying right now. This is their pocket comb, really nice and small, great for travel. This will probably go in my EDC sling. I honestly just forgot to put it in there before I started recording, but yeah, really nice and small, great to put in your pocket, put in your sling bag, just have on the go to keep those flyaways from becoming a problem. But generally when I'm home, I do like using a proper brush. They do make a smaller travel size brush here. This thing is great. It's really firm, boar's hair bristles. Very nice quality and definitely worth the space in this indefinite travel scenario, I think. Deodorant, I just use some basic Degree deodorant. This one's designed to not have any stains on your clothes, which is great. I've tried countless of the natural deodorants and all of them either don't work or cause some severe irritation to my skin. So I'm just sticking to the Degree one for now. Maybe I'll try again later, but I'm sick of wasting money on trying all these deodorants that don't work. So this one works. and I like it. Maybe it's not the best option, whatever. Lastly, in the Dopp Kit, I have the Sea to Summit Airlight Towel. This is the size large. I will probably have towels wherever I'm going if I'm gonna go for multiple months, but just in case I don't. Tested this out along with a handful of other travel towels recently and really love this. It's super light, super small and compact, fit into this Dopp Kit nicely with everything else. And yeah, just can't recommend that enough. One last thing I forgot to mention as well for my beard is my beard trimmer. These clippers were from Wall. I bought them about a decade ago. I'll try and find out whatever the model number is, but they've definitely held up. They're still going strong after at least 10 years, I think. Have a little charger here. I usually try and trim my beard down at home every week or every other week at the longest, so I definitely want to pack this for any long-term travel. That's it for the Dopp Kit though. Let's get into everything else. The only real miscellaneous item I have is the AeroPress Go. Have to have my coffee, especially on a longer trip like this. This has been my go-to. It's inexpensive, easy, simple. Have really loved this thing. Been a big AeroPress user for over a decade now. And then I do have my Kindle Paperwhite, which I have in my sling. As I was getting this stuff set up, I realized I forgot to mention it. This is my original Kindle Paperwhite. It's old now. I don't know how many years, but it's whenever the original one came out is what we have here. I recently got my wife the upgraded newer one and it's awesome. Definitely a little bit jealous, but I don't really have much of a reason to replace this one quite yet. So I have that. Also bring my laptop on a trip like this for sure. I'll probably be getting work done, stuff like that. And also just for entertainment, being able to watch TV and movies and stuff. I have my Plex server at home that I can stream to wherever I am as long as I have internet access. So definitely want to bring the laptop for that. It's a 2018 MacBook Pro. Would love to get one of the new Apple Silicon ones, but just don't quite have the budget for it right now, but we'll hopefully be fixing that sometime soon. We will see. From there though, for power and some random tech accessories, this is something I've been using for a couple of months now and really love. It's the OmniCharge 20 Plus. It is a little portable power station, kind of similar to, you know, the Jackeries and the Blue Eddies and all those that you've seen, except it's in a really tiny, small form factor, a little bit less capacity than those gigantic ones, obviously, but this thing is really nice and impressive. I've been so happy with it. It's 20,000 milliamps and you have just a ton of ports here. You have a full 100-watt wall charger as well as a DC out. You have two USB-A's that I believe are 18-watt, and then you have a 65-watt USB-C, and then you have a 10-watt wireless charger. Hopefully I got all that correct. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong, but one of the things that is really cool with this, you can actually see the power draw from all of the different ports on the little display that they have. But I just really love being able to have a full proper wall plug. You know, if you're at a coffee shop, or even if you want to go out in the woods and like spend some time in nature, but also get some work done on your laptop, or, you know, plug in anything. Up to 100 watts covers quite a few items. Been using this for, a couple of months now and really like it. So this one would definitely go with me. With that, I have a 65-watt OmniCharge power brick. This has a USB-A and two USB-Cs. Really nice, 65 watts in total for the whole brick. Still really nice and small and compact. Got a couple of braided USB-C cables, really useful for a bunch of my items. I have a little micro USB charger for my old-timey Kindle. It's my only micro USB left in this whole setup, but still got to bring that to charge up as needed. And I do have my laptop charger as well. Most people would be just fine using the 65-watt brick with the newer M1 laptops, but I still draw 87 watts for this at a max, so I wanted to bring this just to make sure that if I'm working, I can charge at the same rate as I'm drawing. Especially the video editing and stuff, you'll drain that down so fast. This would be great if you're letting it sit overnight, but I want to make sure and have the full speed. All of this stuff goes in the front compartment of that Carry-On Pro suitcase. It fits in there really well, but I did want to just put all of these little cables in another compartment just to keep things nice and organized. One last thing I forgot, I have these little USB-A to USB-C and USB-C to USB-A adapters just in case you need them for whatever the reason. but I wanted to make sure and have everything nice and organized just to be able to quickly pull this out. This is called the Stash Pouch from Able Carry. It's an X-Pack material, just really nice, lightweight, no frills little pouch. I've been loving these things for a couple of years now. That is it for the packing list. I'm sure I forgot a couple of items. Be sure to leave in the comments and let me know if I did. I'm sure there's something I missed, but there are a few things I wanted to talk about just as some potential swaps or different scenarios. Because this wasn't an actual trip, sometimes it's tough to pack some of those special or extra type of items. I was really on the fence about bringing my hiking shoes just because my size 13 feet are gigantic and it takes up so much space, but I really want to be able to hike if I'm going to be somewhere for months and months at a time, especially if I'm not traveling around night after night. Most of my travel experience is longer term travel but shorter term stays, and so something like this, you're going to be holing up and setting up in one spot and staying there for a few months, moving to the next spot for a couple of months and moving, kind of that digital nomad lifestyle. A couple of things I debated bringing would be my Xbox controller to be able to play xCloud games on my phone. I also thought about bringing a Roku, but kind of assumed between my laptop or whatever amenities the Airbnb or hotel might have, I should be fine with something like that. I'm also assuming bedding is covered at this hypothetical Airbnb or hotel, so I didn't pack my gravel travel blanket or my get out gear blanket or any of my, portable travel pillows or anything like that. And lastly would be my camera gear. Generally I've really enjoyed not traveling with my camera gear for the last few years. I think as I've done this more as a profession, it's nice to be able to get away from that for a bit, but depending on the scenario, I might need to make videos wherever I am, or maybe I want to do some photography wherever I end up. So that's something that was debated as adding to the list. I'd love to hear, what your list would look like. Are you a digital nomad or a, long-term traveler like that? I'd love to hear your experience, rate my setup. If you're an aspiring one, kind of like me, I'd love to hear, if you have any travel plans down the road or where you would go first if you're a digital nomad. Let's get that discussion going, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.